Welcome back to the channel. Today I've got another 2023 refreshed LCI Lifecycle Impulse X7. It's the xDrive40i. It is in the very nice Manhattan green. It also has the M Sport package and a few other goodies. So moderately spec'd for store inventory. You can see you got the driving assistance professional package centered down there in the lower portion of the grill in the center. Of course, revised headlights. Now they are split headlights. It's also on the new 7 Series / i7 as well as the XM. The halo lights, daytime running lights, come from the iX. There's your split headlights. Still not sold on the split headlight design. Maybe it'll grow on me eventually. Of course, we also have a revised front grille, a little bit larger than the pre-LCI version of the car. Manhattan green does remind me a little bit of Atlas cedar. I think it was Atlas cedar on the X5. Over on the side, we have style 913M wheels. They are 22-inch wheels, and they are mixed performance run flat tires as well. So 275 in the front and 315s in the rear. And the tire supplier here is Continental, the Premium Contact 6 SSR or Run Flat. We'll take in Manhattan green on the X7 in direct sunlight, so sort of like a coppery green, not green like an Isle of Man green or any other greens. Very, very subdued green, which I think suits the X7 really well. Out back, a little bit of revision in the back as well, so that chrome bar extends a little bit deeper into the tail lights, which look very similar to the pre-LCI version. We also have the air suspension done in its lowest setting, giving that impression of a fast wagon, which is all we're going to get wagon-wise here in the US market. The hockey stick is in Shadowline black package for the M Sport. We did not opt for the Shadowline package. We do have the grille still in the silver / chrome look. A slightly different look. The brakes are still, basically they look like M Sport brakes without color. And they did the job to stop the car. What more could you ask for? Opening up, we are greeted with Coffee Sensafin. So another new material, Sensafin, basically Sensatech 3.0. Here are your seats in the coffee color. It looks a little bit more rich brown on film than it does in real life. So quilting pattern as well. I think really done seats as well. So adjustments. So you have the upper back here can be bent a little bit here using this button here. This is your crumb catcher button. Lumbar support, and of course, side bolstering. Right inside, no surprises here. iDrive8, and that's your instrument panel in the sport setting. iDrive8 larger screen over here. Got our X7 ambient lighting as well. And we have brown poplar wood trim, sort of like a matte finish. I think blends in well with the leather and complements the Coffee Sensafin. Down here you got your gear selector nub, air suspension, parking gear, hill descent control, auto hold of force. All brand new for the revised X7. And here's your vent controls. So twisting this perpendicular, that closes the vent, and that's the open position. You can adjust where it's blowing just by moving this around a little bit like a joystick. All right, so let's go over pricing and options. So 23 X7 xDrive40i starts at $77,850. Paints included, as well as the Sensafin. Driving Assistance Pro, another $1,700. M Sport package for another $2,900. Those 22-inch wheels add another $1,300 to the price. Parking Assistance package for another $900. $1,850 for the premium package, another $800 for the 5-zone climate control, gets you another control back there for the third row. All told, MSRP of just a little bit over $88,000, so moderately equipped. Basically, the M Sport package and those 22-inch wheels add to the damage on the price. Go in like climate menu here, and if you want to get the settings for the second row, you're going to have to hit settings. You go second row seats, and you can turn off the controls back there as well. You also control the third row seat as well. You can deactivate that or turn it back on and set the temperature from the front seat. So obviously, if you want to make easy access of that menu, you can press and hold this and add it to a shortcut menu. So you go right to those settings for the climate control. You can also make a shortcut for the climate menu as well, rather than having to press down here, because you can't get to this with the iDrive controller, unfortunately. Hopefully that is updated, because I think that would be an easy fix. Basically, you can swipe down or push up on the iDrive controller to get access to those shortcuts you've created. You get 8 altogether. Even though the screen should accommodate more, it's only 8 still. Unfortunate. All right, look at the back seat as well. All right, so here's our middle row. These are the bench seats, which I think is the recommended one if you want to have cargo capacity. There's the captain's chairs, although looking great, don't fold down, so you lose the maximum cargo space in the X7 by going that route. All right, so hopping in, legroom, plenty of legroom, plenty of headroom back here. You do have some controls over here for various things. So you can do that. This lower button here on the right opens and closes the third row shade for the sunroof or moonroof. And the button on the left does the shade for the larger panoramic moonroof. So those second row passengers do have access and can open and close those things. Of course, you can't be locked out by the driver. And you've got the sunshade controls. So that would pop up the right, and that would pop up the left. So they are automatic. Of course, you also just use tinted windows if you do get those things. All right, and then accessing the third row can be done in a couple ways. So you can do it from the second row, pressing that button, or you can control access to that third row on the driver's side buttons here. So that will move forward and backwards the seats to get in and out of the third row relatively easily, without having to go to the second row. Do it at your convenience. Basically, you can stay in the car and pop things around. You do have the kick to open feature back on the car. And there's our third row, and up there you do see the climate control as well. Underneath, a little bit extra storage underneath. There is an optional spare tire, but it can be a little bit cumbersome if you do option that to get it out. You have to fit through this opening here and tilt around. It can be quite annoying. All right, so I'm going to close that up. We're going to take a look at the engine compartment as well. All right, popping the hood. You can see the B58. This is a retuned engine, so it's making more power than last year's models. 375 horsepower, and I believe it's 398 torques. It does have a mild hybrid as well, which was also on the previous version. I believe it started in 21. You see it's lowered a bit to keep that center of gravity low. Those purple ones I think is new for me because they used to be orange. That would be the high voltage stuff. But pretty potent engine now. Much more power, much more torque. A welcome addition to the xDrive40i version of the X7. That, of course, will make its way to the X5 and X6 when they do their LCI for the 24 model year. And we'll take in Manhattan Green one more time as we walk around. I think a very good color. It's grown on me over time. But I was reluctant to spec these for the store, but they actually ended up being quite popular, especially with the xDrive40i customer orders. A lot of those happen to be in Manhattan Green. And I'm glad they actually added the M Sport package. I think the first year of Manhattan Green, it was not available at the M Sport package, and it is now. Well, that's it for another quick tour around another 2023 X7. And we'll see you at the next video.